This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like aloe or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Back on the Bossman Show, a friend of mine, guy I've known since I was in high school. I was back at basketball camp with Coach Sy. He was one of the coaches there. It's my man, Will Jones. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Hey, listen, man. Hey, it's good to be back on the show, man. Last year, I kind of took a year off, but it's good to be back.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, I think you were doing a hell of a job there at A&T, man. He was doing everything the right way, man. You know how his business is very tricky, man. But I just want to tell you from afar, man, as being your brother, man, I'm happy for you. You did a heck of a job. Glad your head still held high, man. You still doing big things and helping and impacting young men, brother.
For sure, man, and really that's what it's all about. Just been brought up, been blessed to work with some good guys that always did it the right way, and just looking for that next opportunity, man, to put some impact on kids' lives.
No doubt, you're doing it with the QEA right now. Tell us about that, man, and seeing you guys having them games, man. Them young boys out there working, man. You still working on your craft, sharpening iron, man, helping young men become better players out here in this game we love called basketball, brother.
For sure, man. So QEA, man, is I got HBCUs. This is a historically black high school, man. 30 years they've been doing this thing, and so they have a deep impact in the community. Educating, they have elementary, middle school, and high school. And QEA has always been known to be an elite national high school. They've got kids and putting kids in college. Quincy Miller is probably the biggest name that people will associate with quality education. And so, yeah, man, I was able to come here and be the CEO of basketball. We have recruitable kids, kids that will be able to play at the next level, and we're just continuing. For me, I get to come here every day, impact these kids' lives, coach basketball, and try to prepare them for the next level.
No doubt, man. And you know what? It also will tell people how they can donate to the QEA, because every donation, everything can help you all impact these young men. How can people donate to you all via the Cash App, the Venmo, or the PayPal? How can they give you all money to help you all do what you all do?
Definitely, man. Anybody that's interested in donating to QEA just needs to go to my social media, the Coach J on Instagram. Shoot me a DM, and I'll send you the link that you can send any donations to the program as we continue. We travel nationally. I try to always make sure the guys have what they need from a gear standpoint, training, making sure they have what it takes to go out there and compete on the next level every night. And so, if you follow my social media, the Coach J on Instagram, I'll send you a DM with the link, and then look forward to help helps the program.
And we'll help these young men as brothers that they can really you've been next level. You've been around NBA guys too. You can help them for nutrition, for skill development work, for knowing schemes, knowing the language of basketball, knowing what certain things are. So talk about that piece of it, man, with your experience, being able to help pay it forward, have to help these young men get a jump start in their careers because you've been there and teach them something they won't typically learn from a high school coach. They can learn it from you.
For sure, man. And people always, some of my buddies in college, they say, "How you doing?" I tell them I'm having fun, because really it is having fun. I think the first couple of months in practice, they're looking at me like, "Why is this dude making me do this? Why is he doing this? Why is he so intense? Why is he so detailed?" And now that we've played a couple of games, they can see why we do things the way we do the things, and that's translated into success. And some of the clips out there on social media, you can see how similar this team is playing to like my teams at A&T. We're very up and down. We're athletic. We're playing. We're having fun. All of those things are translating, and it's because of the way we practice.
Yeah, man, Will, that's something I think young men don't understand sometimes, that process of getting better, loving the process of watching the film, learning how to learn good to great, going downhill to class defense get you at either a weak side three or strong side three. Understand numbers on the back, front side, that's learning these things that we love in basketball, getting that from you, getting that jump start, I can say it's fair. Like you said, you the same way you played at A&T, you playing now, and them guys are learning something they would never get from typical programs, but they get it from college coaches, been around a hell of a coaches like you and I both know, and give them that jump start, which they really need. They will play on the next level and be what you were, man.
We played the number 17th ranked high school program in the country last week, and I got the job, took over this program with one player in the program in mid-August. And we went down and played them and came up 2 points short. And now people around the state are saying, "Hey, man, QEA, they're a scary team." And really, we're a good team. And we put those reps in every day. We watch film. Some of the things that I was able to bring with me from the college level in terms of film study, some of the relationships. And so these guys are getting an elevated level of preparation every day being at QEA. And that's the type of thing that we're going to continue to do as we continue to build this program as long as I'm here.
No doubt, man. And of course, I know you want to get back to the next level, man, and where you belong. But I saw a documentary you had out, HBCU Game Day, about A&T's move to the CAA. To kind of discuss that, man, and it's been a part of that. I know you didn't get to finish the job, but it's been a part of that move and seeing the growth of that and making that adjustment, man, and what that meant to you coming from there.
I think the biggest thing that people, I want people to know, I transitioned A&T from three conferences, the MEAC, the Big South, and the Colonial League. And not only did I transition them, during the transition was able to elevate the brand of A&T basketball. And the CAA, which is a big time conference. College of Charleston was a top 25 team last year. Hofstra was really good last year. I mean, it's a good league. UNCW, those guys have been doing great things. The thing that holds true, that last year in our first year in the CEA before I got let go, most people nationally thought that we had the best recruiting class in the country in terms of CAA basketball. And right now I got a young man that part of that recruiting class playing at NC State. Another kid at Sacramento State averaging a double-double. I got two guys overseas who signed pro contracts. And so that recruiting class was ready to come in year one and compete in the CAA for a championship. That never had an opportunity to happen, but that documentary gives you a backstory of where the vision was way before anything went down at A&T, and it just shows the level of commitment and the vision that my staff and I have for the program.
And Will, I want people to realize that's three different jobs. A MEAC, a Big South, a CAA in one job. Because when you go up a conference, it's a new job. There's another, it's a newer job. So that was really three jobs in one. And what you did doing that, it should be commendable and it should be accolades for that because it's a tough thing, HBCU school. And we know how it is with state HBCU schools, that they can be underfunded too, to a degree. So you're doing it with limited resources, doing what you did, but because of who you are as a person and your grind and your commitment to the process, you did what you did.
I appreciate that, man. And I think a lot of people from the outside looking in don't realize that it is three different jobs. Okay. And I think some people just, man, it's A&T. No, it's three different jobs. Each job has a different type of requirements that you need to be able to do to be successful. And, my last game in the CAA, we were the only team to beat the number one team in the conference, Longwood. We took them to overtime in the Big South tournament. My best player had an opportunity to make two free throws to take that game, to win that game, and move on to the Final Four in the first year in the Big South. And we had a group of players coming back that would be an elite level Big South team that didn't get a chance to play in the Big South. Instead, we moved to the CAA and we were able to add pieces that, again, right away would give us an opportunity to compete in a league that they say is the 12th best league in the country. And so in terms of recruiting, the type of people that we were able to sign, top 100 class, top 150 classes back-to-back at an HBCU, won the first championship in 30 years, a regular season championship in 30 years at the school, graduated 99% of our guys. One thing, raised $250,000 for the men's basketball program to be able to elevate that thing to a next level. So I'm proud of what we were able to do, and I can't wait for the next opportunity, man. I get a chance to lead an institution.
No doubt, Will. And besides being a QA, like, how are you preparing for that next opportunity? Like, what do you do besides with QEA? Why are you watching a lot of games, kind of building your profile, thinking about who you have on your staff? Like, how you go about trying to prepare for that next opportunity when it comes knocking the secure sale season coming up here in March here?
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, every day I get to sharpen my tools with recruitable Division I players every day. And, you always got to take things as a positive. You always got to take things as a positive. I was already well versed as a recruiter, having worked in junior college, high level junior college, having been at not only was I at the largest HBCU in the country, but I also started my career as my first full time job at Lemoyne On in Memphis at one of the smallest Division II HBCUs in the country. And so now I'm at a high school who plays in the prep national level. Now I'm rubbing shoulders with these national prep high schools, with these prep school coaches. Now I'm learning what they do on a daily basis and gaining their respect and their contact. So now when I go back to the next level, I got junior college contacts. I got prep school contacts. I got guys overseas contacts. I got enough. I can go pull from all the pools. And as a recruiter, you need to be able to have different options to be able to continue to load your program. And so I'm taking it, man, one day at a time, having fun doing it, helping the leadership, no ego, having fun with my colleagues here at QEA, and just living it up right now, man.
And Will, I gotta tell you, brother, you're a better man than me because how things went down, man, I would be a little ticked off, but you did it with a smile, with a great attitude, man. Like I said, man, he a better man than I could ever be because I would have been a little bit more angry about it outwardly than you were. But you were, like I said, your attitude's great, man. I know you're a positive guy, that big smile, man. Talking about positivity, man. But I was saying about that. And he a better brother than I am would be.
Hey, listen, and you know what? Testament because you do know who I am. And lepers don't change their spots. You've known me for years. You followed me. You know what kind of person I am on a daily basis. Okay. And so from a legal standpoint, the way it went down, a lot of people, and then what did he do? What happened? X, Y, and Z. I can tell people, anybody wondering what went down, how it went down. Will Jones don't have nothing as an employment file. I don't have no red tape. I don't have no yellow slips in my employment file. I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never been arrested. At the end of the day, the situation went down the way it went down. And at the end of the day, as coaches in this business, it does get tricky. And, athletic directors and chancellors have to make decisions just like head coaches. My biggest thing is be accountable for what you do. And I'm accountable for everything I did as the head coach at North Carolina A&T, and I wouldn't run from anything that I did in terms of elevating that program and helping young men.
No doubt, man. Like I said, you did a hell of a job there, man. I've known you for years. I've known you for years, man. I'm almost 40, so that means over 20 years I've known you.
For sure. Hey, man, listen, man. Hey, and greatness follows greatness, man. You continue to build that thing, right?
Yeah, man. Like man. Since seeing you, Jay, Jamal, Coach Hillis, and Coach Sauter, man, Coach Pitt, man. Like those some good old days back to Tennessee State, man.
For sure.
Yes, sir. You know what, man? Like, and talk about this, Will, how North Carolina basketball, Greensboro basketball is growing, man. Because the state of North Carolina, man, is a lot of talent out there, man. Even in South Carolina, there's talent now as well. About the talent in the Carolinas, man, about how many young men playing, whether the low country, upstate South Carolina, is how good the ball is out there, bro.
Hey, listen now, you getting, hey, listen, North Carolina in basketball is pound for pound one of the best places for high school basketball. And that translates to the colleges here in the area, especially with North Carolina, Duke, Wake Forest, North Carolina Central, A&T. Like these schools in this Carolina area, and I had a lot of bounce back North Carolina kids on my roster, kids that played high level and came back home and had a lot of options. But hey, they said, you know what, I want to be back home. A&T is a good spot. I like Coach Jones, and those kids were able to help me win a championship. Quay Parker, guys like that, Blake Henson, those guys helped me win a championship. And so, in terms of South Carolina, you can't sleep on the home state because we putting guys in the league now. We're doing some crazy stuff when we get there. I mean, Ja right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what Ja got going on right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Zion, I don't know what Zion got going on right now, man. But hey, we hopefully they get that thing figured out, man, for South Carolina.
Nah, no doubt, bro. No doubt, man. Like, yeah, man. I'll be in Memphis next Wednesday to see the Grizzlies play my man John Collins. But one of John's first games back will be in Atlanta, December 23rd against the Hawks here. So we'll see him real soon, up to first here in the ATL.
For sure.
Now, Will, how much you incorporate the NBA in what you do? I know now I look at what the NBA does, some of the schemes, some of the actions they run, some of the tests they run. So how much you watch the NBA, you think you want to put some of that in your system as well?
Sure, man. Actually, the NBA is a big part of my background because when I moved to Memphis, my first job, I had access to the Grizzlies. Mike Fratello was the head coach. It gave me full
Bizarre.
access to see what those guys do every day. So I get a clear understanding of what that NBA life looks like in terms of the practice piece of it. And I've always kept that. And even now, when I move, everywhere I went, I always would visit NBA practices. And being in North Carolina now, I spend a pretty good amount of time with the Hornets and what they're doing down there. Just kind of just keeping my mind in the right space in terms of the new trends in basketball, the type of systems that the guys like to play in, making the game simple. Because I think the NBA makes the game simple, as simple as you can to allow the players' skills to come out without overcomplicating things. And so I've always compared the NBA level to high school because I believe in high school you have one or two good players on a team, and you want to try to make sure that they can execute, be the best that they can be, and that compares more to the NBA versus college, where you have a collection of good players and you have to play in a system, and that system a lot of times has a little bit more checks and balances than it does in the league and in high school. So I keep that NBA playbook close to me, man, and try to incorporate things that I see that they do on the floor.
And then the analytics piece too, Will, is very important. Knowing what your shots are, knowing where guys' hot zones are. I think that helps a young man realize this is what you're good at. You might think you're good at this shot, but now you're better here. This is where you should get your shots from. Helping guys understand schematically what good to great actually means. So knowing what's good for great for you, and that might not be good or great for this brother, but this is where you are. So talk about that piece of it as well. Helping young men with the synergy, watching the film and analytics, knowing what's their best shots in their games.
Yeah, so I bring synergy to the table here at QEA, and we watch the film, we get it broken down, and being able to, I could still see the faces on some of my guys last week when we had film session because I'm telling them this is where we messed up, this is where we're good at, this is where you should shoot, this is the type of shot you're good at. They really never had anybody to really tell them what you should be doing because when we came up, we didn't have those type of things that give you real time feedback in terms of, hey man, you're shooting 50% in this corner, but over here on this right wing, you're shooting a high 60% from three. Now I know as a player, hey man, I'm shooting the ball better over here. Let me try to find that spot. You know what I mean? And so the technology has taken off to such a high level that players can execute at a higher level now because they know what they can be good at, and you can hold players accountable for knowing, hey, you know what you're good at. Why are you doing this? Why are you hanging out in this corner over here if you know you're not shooting about 25% from that corner? You should be taking that shot. You should be shooting that basketball over here, making an extra pass because you're not a high clip from this spot. So, I mean, all of that technology, man, really helps college, NBA, and high school kids kind of define their games a little bit faster.
And Will, with the NBA, we had the defensive 3-second thing. We had that. So in college and high school, you actually load up for real, like truly load up. So talk about them trying to draw up plays and actions and schemes, kind of knowing that, hey, you got to really treat they can actually really load to you for real, not like the NBA kind of half load, but not really. You got to get out of the lane really fast. In high school, college, you really got to actually defeat the defenses loaded up to your best player or the best players.
That's why you gotta have. That's why I said earlier. You have to have in college. You have to have a collection of players that
Yes.
are able to do multiple things, so that you can't just sit in the lane and wait for a guy to drive, or you can't just not guard a guy because he's a non-shooter. You need to be able. My team at A&T, I never, and I was explaining this last week to a couple of my kids. I never really counted on one guy to be the leading scorer every night. If I can have 5 or 6 guys averaging double figures every night, then we're going to get the points we need to get. And then if I turn you over and get 20 more points from turnovers, 15 to 20 more points in turnovers, then now we're going to hit our average in terms of the points that we're getting. And so in college, you need good players at every spot so that defenses can't load up. And the NBA is a true one-on-one. Now, they ain't playing no defense in the NBA no more, but
No
you know
doubt.
what I'm saying? Like, it's an offensive game, and the fans want to see offense. And listen, I mean, guys shooting the ball from half court, and I don't know what to say about this new number one pick we got, this 7'2", 7'4", whatever he is. I ain't never seen nothing like Wemby. I'm telling you, this kid is unbelievable, and he's gonna be something to watch in the future in the NBA for sure.
Yeah, we'll see him on his road trip, actually. Let me see. We see him on the 30th in San Antonio. On a back-to-back. So we might be a tough one. We go from Cleveland to San Antonio on a back-to-back.
Listen, man, and let me know how that goes, because I'm telling you, the highlights that I see with that kid, as long as he stays healthy, he's going to be something special.
I'm thinking in my head, are we going to put DeAndre Hunter on him, or we're going to put Murray on him? Who we going to put on him? Because I think, or Johnson maybe. I don't know who's going to guard him. Who's going to guard Collins? So it's going to be the Hunter or Johnson on Wemby.
For sure.
Going to be tough for us.
Mm-hmm.
Be tough for us, Will. Gonna be tough for us, my brother. But look, man, I also know you're doing this real estate thing. So just tell me about the real estate, man, or what you got going with that, man, and how folks get involved with that with you as well, brother.
Listen, man, I mean, and this is to anybody that's in the college game, young coaches in their mid careers. We cannot just focus on basketball. You have to have something to fall back on in this crazy climate of college sports, just sports in general. And so I dove into real estate. It's similar to what we like to do as recruiters, help people find homes and help people find investment properties, rental properties. It's a situation where, I looked into it, and it was something that kind of jogged my interest. And so I went in hard, passed the real estate test in North Carolina, and joined a team of individuals that's really helping me with the foundations of the business, so that now I can build a business in real estate. And obviously, people know real estate. People are buying homes every day. You got to have them. You know what I mean? It's always, the market is up. Sometimes the market is down. But as a coach, you need to have something that you can fall back on, man. And, again, on my social media, you see me promoting real estate. I can still give people information, add value to people's lives in terms of leadership, because I've been a CEO. And so I can help people understand, what's a good investment, or, how can I help you, a first-time home buyer? I've moved enough. I've lived in enough homes. I can help people relocate. And so I've been there before, and that kind of helps me with the real estate piece in terms of conversation with potential clients.
No doubt. We'll catch my man out on real estate tip on social media as well. With Will, man, this is good because which is always my brother, and I'm going to get with you about real estate as well, but offline myself, brother. But, man, good to talk to you, man. Good to see you. A big smile, man. I know you're doing big things, helping these kids out, man. So I know you for years, man. I'm happy for you always, brother, and I want you to get your next opportunity. And we're going to chat about that on the show as well, brother.
For sure, man. It's always good. I saw you. I said, man, I ain't been on the Bossman show. I said, I can't go 2 years without being with my man, somebody that started at the ground level at TSU, man. And I appreciate you and what you do, man. And I look forward to, continuing to connect.
No doubt, brother. Same here, my guy, man. You be safe, brother. I'll see you soon, brother.
My man, I appreciate it, baby.
No doubt, bro.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z. Sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews. You name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com, or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms, or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. What's up, family? Jared the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Check The King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to The Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.